Paul Sacker's Good News Planet, and we're going to talk about the happiness movement. Karen is the editor-in-chief of Live Happy, Life More Positive. We have Ron Howard, 25 Gifts of Happiness. Happy Mind, Healthier You, Positive Thinking Does Matter, and a new premier issue for a wonderful, wonderful belief. So tell us a little bit about you and about the magazine, and every page and every word is a winner. So
well, thank
congratulations.
you, Paul. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are so excited and thrilled to be bringing this new product to the marketplace right now, because who doesn't want to be happy? Who doesn't want happiness to be part of their holidays? And who doesn't want their new year to be happy? We're bringing a lot of great news about the science of happiness, positive psychology, and we're adding in great lifestyle news, how to make love part of your everyday life, how to make relationships better, how to raise kids so they give and give back. All these things are in the magazine, Paul. And by the way, I think, too, when somebody has a name like mine spelled Karol, it's so easy to get it wrong. I just wanted to make sure that you knew my name was Carol. So I wanted you to hear that from me as you continue this conversation.
Oh, okay. Did I say Carol?
You said Karen.
Oh, I did. Oh, I apologize.
You said Carol to begin with, and then it became Karen. And believe me, I've been called Karen many times, and I have so many friends and relatives with that name that I love. So that is nothing but a huge compliment.
All righty. Well, Carol is a wonderful, beautiful, marvelous, fantastic name, and I apologize for that. Lessons from Breck.
Lessons from Breck. Breck is great because he has bringing great ideas about building lasting, loving families. And he brings to life many of the things that he and his wife have learned through their long marriage and their happy marriage. For example, I love the part of his column where he says, people say that you must compromise in a relationship. He says, we don't compromise. It is our pleasure to do for the other. What a breath of fresh air of thinking about the way you need to approach that you're going to have to give and you're going to have to get a little bit in every relationship. He's a fantastic columnist. We're so pleased to have him in our first issue.
And his choosing a life partner and building a lasting partnership, that two comments and a few paragraphs there that he speaks about is worth the magazine just to begin with. I mean, it doesn't stop here with this magazine. I mean, it just really, so happiness is a big subject, and all the new things that are coming out. So how do you foresee it now? This is the inaugural issue, and we got to make sure that it sells and sells and sells. How do you foresee the creation of, is it monthly, or how do you plan to bring this out into the real world?
We wanted to launch the first issue, as I said before, the holidays. It's just a perfect time for happiness to be presented in a new way and to bring the gift of happiness to people through the magazine. But we will be monthly in 2014. So you'll see us on the newsstand. We're at Barnes & Noble and also Whole Foods and also the Hudson newsstands in all the airports. And we have a really fantastic and vibrant website. It's called livehappymagazine.com.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Well, you really how long have you been pulling this together, and what's your background?
My background is like yours. I've been many, many years in the magazine industry. I was editor-in-chief of Better Homes and Gardens. I'm the founding editor-in-chief of Traditional Home. And I work for the Reader's Digest Association with a number of their publications. So I love magazines just like you love broadcasting.
All righty. Well, we're on the same page, and I always loved. I love those magazines. I've done stories on those, and I actually grew up with the Reader's Digest. I will say, my mother, the same mother who gave me the art of positive thinking, because we grew up in Tarrytown, and Pleasantville was right up the street from us.
Oh, of course.
And
of course.
It just had such kindness, and still does. I haven't seen one in a bit. Is it still out there, the Reader's Digest?
Oh yeah, it does, and they really, as you know too, have such a global reach.
Right.
So that magazine has a message that really is timeless. But as you also know, things have to grow and change, and I know that they've tried different formats. And the good news is that all that wonderful, great writing that Reader's Digest has been known for continues. It's a great place to read fantastic stories and to read really good writing.
Now, how can we, the public, support what you're doing in addition to buying the magazine?
Well, we really love for people to get involved. We have a survey online, and the survey this time was, how do you intend to make other people happy during the holidays? And we report on what people say. We also have, I think, a really great thing that we have a happiness app. You can trace and track your own happiness reach as you get other people involved in the happiness movement. We think that this is going to be very interactive. I just recently got back from the Positive Education Summit in the UK, and delegates from China, from Germany, from Greenland, from the United States, from Canada, from Australia, and also from Mexico were there. It's really a global thing, and it's a great thing that happiness is finally being measured right along with GDP and the rest of those kinds of economic indicators. It's really important for us to put this into our education. It's important to put it into our homes. And it's important to put us into our everyday lives.
You are a super-duper person. There you go. All right, Carol. Well, that's it. Now, is that you? Is that a picture of you in this in the magazine? and some of your girlfriends?
My girlfriends. Those are girlfriends. We all have children in this who went through the elementary all the way through high school together. So these are what my circle of friends, we call ourselves the Clive Moms. That was the name of our elementary school. And so now we're this great support system, and yeah, they're my gal pals.
There you go. That's important. You can. I see. You walk the talk. You are that kind of person who is a sharer. I can see that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, just as you said, your mom instilled those values, and I grew up in a very sharing and caring family. Lots of cousins, lots of aunts and uncles, constantly sharing and caring for each other. So I give them credit for making sure that I got a lot of that, and now I love giving it.
The feelings of happiness, good, cheer, the ebullience, is that right? Self-esteem and joy all remained frothy to me, Martin Seligman.
Yeah.
This magazine is not stopping. There's a brilliant guy. You're quoting Norman Cousins, who's watching the Marx Brothers feel good. So you have a lot in here.
Well, thank you. We really do believe there's a lot to be shared, and this is, Martin Seligman is truly a leader, a thought leader. He and his colleagues came up with this idea that psychology didn't have to be all about the negatives. And Martin, he knows. He's kind of a grumpy kind of guy. So he's kind of an interesting character to lead all of the positive psychologists. And then he has a lot of people that are following him, obviously. Barbara Fredrickson is somebody who we think is fantastic. We think Angela Duckworth is another leader in this area. So bringing their news and their research and their findings to the whole public that we reach.
And you're not afraid to share science as well, right?
I think
a new look at science. Let me say that.
I think applied science, science that is applied. For example, the findings that we have in the article that's called "The Good Guys Win," it shows that there's research about success in business. That really, if you have compassion and virtue at work, your bottom line is going to be healthier. So yeah, that's science, but it's really application. In the workplace. It's good stuff all around.
What else do you want people to know about the magazine and the future of the kinds of things you're going to be planning on doing, Karen?
I think that, the important thing is that it's really a journey that is a very personal journey, and that the magazine can enable people to take their own steps in their own way. This is not a self-help magazine where you have someone telling you what to do. It's really engaging your own ideas, your own time frame. So it's very much a different approach to happiness than some of the self-help kind of approaches we've seen prior.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. This is not a self-help magazine. This is one uplifting magazine that you want to join in with.
That's
Period.
a perfect scenario. That's exactly, oh my goodness, Paul, you just made my day. That's exactly what we're hoping, and we do think that people will find this magazine to be just the perfect thing, to first experience and then to share with other people.
There you go. All righty. Is there a way to send a gift certificate or send a magazine to somebody?
Absolutely. We have that online, and we think it's a perfect place for, especially for the holidays, for somebody who you want to give a special gift. A subscription is very inexpensive, easy to give, and you can do that online at livehappymagazine.com.
Beautiful. Okay, well, congratulations. Then last question, what's good news for you?
Mike, the good news, I think it's great news that only 10 days to Thanksgiving, and my family will be all together. That's the good news.
Fantastic. Okay. Congratulations. Real pleasure and honor to speak with you, and however we can be helpful here, we're here.
Thank you
Thanks
so much, Paul.
All right, Carol. You take care.
You too. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.